What's going on, YouTube? This is Chris930. What the hell is it? The glare on my phone all the time. Chris930 coming at you with the deck profile of Domain Dad. Yes, it's technically a Monarch deck, and I play Dark Arm Dragon in it. Dark Arm Dragon was looked over by a lot of people I know for uh, technical Domain Monarchs before half the Monarch cards got hit. But Monarchs are still a viable deck. I'm going to show you a deck profile that I've come up with that is a little bit more consistent in, let's say, manipulating the darks in the graveyard to play this nice, beautiful card from God knows when back in the day that I technically didn't lose to with Warrior Toolbox. But besides the point, this card is a great card because, one, the only reason I can play this card in this deck is because it's 2800 attack and 1000 defense, and it's mostly darks. So I manipulated the entire deck to play this card, but also play as a basic Monarch deck would. And I found this to be the most consistent build so far with my testing. And my testing, honestly, it's not that much testing, maybe like 2-3 days of randomly just sitting here and pissing around with my cards. But, in other words, I want some opinions. I want an ongoing conversation with this deck to come back in this new format possibly, but I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. But for now, I have this deck build. It's fun, just to put it out there, and I like a lot of feedback. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to go straight into the monsters, which, honestly, this is a 40-card deck. The monsters is 18 monsters. So we're going to start with the basic. This is our best and number one pal of Dark Arm Dragon. You can only play one anyways, so one. Are going to the Monarch section of Aether. Aether was banned to one. I don't know why, even though I prefer the other one best. So we got 3 Erebus. I'm sorry for that. Jeez, this never usually happens. What's under here? Oh. Okay, well, pardon the glare. You know what? I'm just going to go right over here. 3 Erebus. He's there. He's in the deck. He's pretty good. I'm unfortunately unable to provide with this card, but I'm using a temporary card in the process. I'm going to be when I buy the 3, triple Caius the Mega Monarch. I'll hold it here for a second. I do not have Caius the Mega Monarch, but I have 3 Caius the regular Monarch because of the structure deck. So these are my subs until I get my Mega Monarchs. It's just harder to find right now because I'm kind of broke. But we understand Mega Monarch, level 8, dark, 2800 attack, 1000 defense, super good. His effect is you can tribute summon him by tributing a tribute summoned monster. You can banish one card in the field and inflict 1000 damage. And if it was a dark monster, you can banish the same name from your entire opponent's entire deck, extra deck, main deck, hand, graveyard, all of it, of that monster, which DDD can be banished from everywhere of that name. And if you tribute a dark monster, if you tribute a dark monster, you can banish 2 cards instead, off for his main effect. Meaning, your opponent's playing DDDs, they summon 2 cool monsters. That's pretty nice monsters you got there. Tribute a dark. Let's just say I summon Eidos. I tribute with Domain on the field after I activate Domain. If I magically activate Domain, I don't think I can at that point because they're pretty much got their setup. If they don't have a setup to negate your Domain, Eidos, Domain effect to reduce level of this guy right here, tribute to banish 2 darks, and then screw with your opponent. That's the whole point of that. I'm also only playing, these are my only Monarchs in the deck, is 3 Megas, 3 Erebus, 1 Aether. But my other monster is I play 1 Majesty's Fiend. I'm debating taking this out for a Vanity's Fiend, because I side deck 2 Vanity's Fiend, because I prefer to have this in the main deck just to stop initial plays in general to all monster effects. I switch in between these 2 Vanities and Majesties a lot, but for now I'm currently playing the 1 Majesty's Fiend just for another target. I'm playing one BLS in the deck. Oh my lord, that was horrible. Here, I'll put it down here. I don't know what's sitting under here right now. I didn't move it before I set up. One BLS because you play your light, you play your darks, and it helps with the getting 3 for Dark-Armed Dragon. But your other light targets, 380. 80. That's a good spot. That's not bad. 380. For your squires and 3 Eidos. 3 Eidos. It's your lights, your darks, your light, your darks, dark, light. This is good for multiple reasons because you want to play all of the level 8s. So BLS I used to side deck until I realized it's better than the main deck for fodder. You'll see why in my spells and traps. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 level 8s on purpose, just to make sure you guys all know. And my other 2 monsters in this entire deck are Mexies. Just for the draw engine, just to be like, oh, you're playing Zoo, that's nice. Maxi turn one, their turn 1 when you go second, and then just proceed to mess with them from there if you can. If they do go first and they somehow have a way to I'm sick, sorry, control you, I'm sure you're eventually going to get some cards you need to get rid of your opponent's board with this. So I've main decked 2 Maxi, and that's the entire monster lineup. It's mostly lights and darks on purpose for the BLS system and the Dark-Armed Dragon plays. And all you have to do is remember that Dark-Armed Dragon is 2800 attack and 1000 defense is why I play this deck the way I do, because I just like dark monsters. Going on with the spells and the traps, Domain Monarchs play 3 Domain. I play only 2 Domain because I can recycle them. The deck recycles them. It's easy to search. I play 2 just to play more cards in the deck. You got your 1 Pantheism. You got your 1 Stormforth. Oh my lord. My gold shiny storm. There it is. My gold Stormforth. I play only 1 March of the Monarch. Just for more room of cards necessary. I play 3 Return because the sooner I see this card plus a Monarch summon is automatically going to get me into the cards I need. Obviously, to search out your monsters, you need your monsters more than anything in this deck. 3 Tenacity of the Monarch, basic, in every Monarch deck. I'm gonna see if I can put a card up here at all. Lord, that's messed up. I played triple trade-in because of the level 8s in the deck. Trade-in just to get the Erebus to the graveyard, to get the Darks into the graveyard. You can discard your Mega Monarch, and then you can, let's say you trade in your Mega Monarch, and then you draw into an Erebus with another trade in your hand, and you discard your Erebus with trade in, draw 2 more cards, discard a Monarch card to add your Mega Monarch back to your hand, and that just dug out a handful of your cards for you to play with. Continue with the spells. I play 1 Raigeki. Hey, look, we can see it. 1 Raigeki, and 1 for 1 for the Squire play, just to pitch a monster into the graveyard. This is an iffy setup right now with the Raigeki in it. I was debating playing another Monarch card in Raigeki's place, but I actually found out I kind of want to board clear faster, so I just decided to throw it in. Going into the traps, I'm going to throw them right on top here, because I don't have that many. I only have 6 traps in this entire deck. Triple Prime. I use this to recycle my spells and traps more than I use to use it as a summon for tribute fodder, because I use Domain to reduce more than anything else in the deck. Just to mess with people, I play the 1 Escalation, because when you Escalation on your opponent's turn into a Mega Monarch and banish, technically, if you tribute a Dark Monster off while summoning a Mega Monarch on your opponent's turn, you banishing 2 cards disrupts their play pretty bad. Continue with the last 2 cards. I play 1 Vanity's Emptiness, because you don't special summon half the time of this deck, and if you do, you pretty much can turn this off before you can go special summon anyways. So that's easy setup play right here. Vanity's Emptiness is a good card. I don't play strikes, I don't play warnings. I side deck those if anything, because you want to focus your deck on what you have to do. And my last card, I play Eradicator Epidemic Virus for the shutdown. All of your big monsters are darks. All of your high attack monsters are darks. You play this one Eradicator Epidemic virus. Let's say you summoned Erebus turn 1, shuffled a card out of their hand, and then you hit a monster magically, like the one monster they needed, and then you Eradicator Epidemic virus your Mega Monarch away, and then you just call spells or you call spells. It's over. The game's gonna end. The game's over at that point because a lot of decks don't play that much back row anymore, except for Paleozoics and basic control decks right now. So having this in the deck, especially with the draw power and the speed you can get through your entire build to just get to your key cards to control the board. I really got the deck is consistent. It's not too bad. I don't have a side deck for this deck yet because it's still in testing. The only thing I technically needed to buy is the Mega Monarchs, but this deck is consistent. I like dropping the Dark Arm Dragon in this deck. It's super powerful. And if you guys could give me a like, a subscription, and a comment down below, that'd be fantastic. I will usually try and get back to anybody as soon as possible because this is straight to my phone. That would be greatly appreciated, especially give me a lot of feedback. I don't need a rating. I'd prefer the feedback. I'd prefer some commentary. That would be fantastic. I love this game. I love you guys. If you guys need a hand, I'm going to go set up for another deck profile in probably about another hour. You guys all have a fantastic day.